What if the brother you loved more than life itself became the monster who wants to erase everything you hold dear? Picture the cold vacuum of space pressing against your skin like endless regret, the metallic taste of blood in your mouth from biting back screams, the distant glow of dying stars mirroring the light fading from someone's eyes. Episode 11 of Trigun Stargaze, titled, I Miss You, dropped on March 21, 2026, and it lands like a bullet you saw coming but couldn't dodge. This is the moment the long chase ends, not with guns blazing forever, but with hearts laid bare in the silence between heartbeats. Right after episode 10 forced Vash to the brink of breaking his no-kill vow, this chapter pulls you into the raw wound at the center of it all. Two brothers who once shared everything now tearing the universe apart over what it means to be alive. You stand there with Vash, feeling the weight of every lost life, every sorry he never got to say. And when the screen fades to black, the only thing louder than the void is the question burning inside you. Can love survive when one side wants to end the world to save it? Available on Crunchyroll, episode 11 picks up straight from the chaos of Martyr, where knives reached near godhood by merging with plants. Legato pushed Vash to his moral edge, and the brothers' final confrontation ignited. Here, the action quiets just enough for memory to flood in. Vash faces knives in a battle that's as much inside their minds as outside. Flashbacks pull us back to their shared past with Rem Save Rem and the tragedy of Tesla, revealing layers of pain that explain why knives turned so cold. Vash sees into his brother's fractured soul, trying one last desperate plea amid the stars. It builds straight toward the endgame, leaving you hanging on the edge of what comes next for humanity, and for the twins who started it all. The pacing slows deliberately after the high-octane previous episode, like catching your breath before the final sprint. It advances the core narrative by shifting from external fights to an internal, ideological war. Key revelations hit through shared memories. We see more of the childhood trauma, Rem's influence, and how Knives' hatred for humans was born from fear and loss. No massive new twists, but the emotional depth clarifies why Knives sees genocide as mercy. The cliffhanger leaves their clash unresolved, teetering on whether Vash can reach his brother, or if force is the only path left. Fans often ask about Knives' power gap or why Vash holds back so much. Manga readers know it's rooted in their twin bond and Rem's final wish to protect life. This episode bridges that beautifully, showing Knives' transformation isn't just villainy. It's a broken response to the same horrors Vash chose to forgive. Reddit and Twitter discussions call it a transitional setup, but I see it as necessary breathing room, the calm before the storm that makes the finale hit harder. Vash the Stampede has always carried guilt like a second skin, but here it cracks open. Seeing Knives' memories forces him to confront how much he's avoided the truth about their past. His pleas feel raw, consistent with the pacifist who's died 1,000 deaths inside rather than kill. Knives, for the first time, isn't just rage. He's vulnerable, almost pleading in his own twisted way. The episode humanizes him without excusing him, showing the boy who lost everything and decided protection meant destruction. Their choices hurt because they're real. Vash chooses hope again. Knives clings to despair. It's transformative in the quietest, most devastating way. This episode asks the hardest question of all. Can you love someone who wants to destroy what you love? Power isn't just plant energy here. It's the power to forgive or condemn. Morality twists as Knives argues his plan saves the plants at humanity's cost, while Vash fights for messy, flawed coexistence. Sacrifice echoes in every memory of Rem. Survival becomes a curse when it means outliving your ideals. Hope battles despair in their eyes, and you feel it. Sometimes the greatest tragedy isn't death, but living with the choices that led there, like brothers in any war who end up on opposite sides of the same pain. The plant lore deepens through Knives' merger and the flashbacks. We see how dependent the planet is on these beings, complicating the stakes. Humanity's survival ties directly to the brothers' bond. It enriches the universe without overwhelming, reminding us no man's land isn't just a desert. It's a graveyard of choices made long ago. The script shines in restraint. Lines like Vash's soft, I miss you, carry the weight of years unspoken, hitting like the quiet after a gunshot. Nothing feels forced. Every word echoes real grief, real regret. They linger, making you replay them in your head, wondering if forgiveness is possible when the scars run this deep. Studio Orange, under art direction, with Kiyotaka Ashiyama's character designs shining through, crafts something stunning. Colors shift from cold blues in space to warm, painful flashbacks, reds of blood and memory bleeding together. Lighting carves shadows across faces, making stillness feel heavier than any explosion. Fluidity in zero-gravity movement contrasts with frozen moments of realization, turning beauty into sorrow. Sato. What looks gorgeous here means isolation, loss, the vastness that swallows hope. Masako Sato directs with masterful restraint. Close-ups on trembling eyes, wide shots of brothers floating amid stars. The composition mirrors their emotional distance. Editing rhythm breathes, slow builds to sudden memory cuts, amplifying tension like a heartbeat skipping. The OST haunts like a ghost. Soft piano motifs from their childhood weave through silence. Crescendos swell only to drop into void. Silence roars louder than music. Those empty beats between words say more than any explosion ever could. Yoshitsugu Matsuoka as Vash pours heartbreak into every tremor. His voice cracks with exhaustion and love, making you believe this man has carried too much for too long. Ryuji Satu as Millions Knives balances icy rage with buried pain. The subtle shift when vulnerability slips through feels soul-shattering. Their performances make the brothers feel alive, flawed, and tragically connected. I felt hollowed out, like someone reached in and twisted. The moment Vash sees Knives' true pain scarred me. The collision of destinies where love meets hate head-on. It sparked wonder at how two people from the same start could end so far apart. You leave asking yourself, if someone you loved became your greatest enemy, could you still try to save them? That question echoes like wind across an empty desert, refusing to fade. Some call it slow or setup heavy, after the action of episode 10. I get it, the pace dips, but that's no flaw, it's deliberate. The story needs this breath to make the finale matter. Without facing the past, the future clash would feel empty. What looks like drag is actually depth. Episode 11 succeeds as both heart and setup. Its strength lies in raw emotion and brotherly tragedy. Its only weakness is leaving you aching for resolution. It achieves exactly what it aims for, turning a sci-fi shootout into something profoundly human. So close this now if you want, or open Crunchyroll, hit play, and step into the void with Vash. Feel the cold stars on your face, hear the whisper, I miss you, and decide for yourself if broken bonds can heal. Because once you taste that pain, walking away isn't an option anymore. The end is coming. Will you face it with them?